Hello, my name is Jessica. I am Bryan's sister, and today we are making gorditas. So first, we make a thick circle out of masa. And then on this side, we have the ingredients. We have carnitas, which is pork. We have beans, smashed beans, refried beans, cheese, purple onion that has lemon and salt. We have spicy salsa, and we have lettuce, chopped lettuce.
Okay, so first question. Why do you think many Mexican dishes, including the one we are making today, include many of the same toppings such as lettuce, cheese, and salsa? Other dishes that have similar toppings are flautas, sopes, and tostadas.
I think that in our hometown, these were items that were able to be gathered easily and were inexpensive.
Okay, second question. Do you believe this particular dish has been altered over the years, or do you believe that the recipe has maintained its originality over the years?
Overall, it's maintained the same thing. The only thing that has changed has been the things that they use to stuff the gorditas with.
Okay. Question number 3. Why do you think carnitas is a very common meat to stuff gorditas with, especially in our hometown in Michoacan?
I believe that maybe pork might have been something that was purchased and was able to be maybe fed at a low cost. And once they would make the pig grow and it would be bigger, it was easy for them to sell. And that's why they use pork a lot.
Okay, question number 4. In our household, we tend to be very conservative with extra food. Do you think gorditas de carnitas is one of those dishes made with leftover food from the previous day? Or do you feel that gorditas de carnitas is one of those dishes that is pre-planned with ingredients bought specifically for the dish?
No, we can use a lot of things that we have at home that have been left over from other meals to stuff the gorditas with, such as maybe leftover egg and salsa or potatoes. Or any other ingredients that you might have in your fridge can be used for gorditas.
How do you think our family feels when eating this particular dish?
I think it's something that they look forward to. Usually when we have gorditas, they gather because it's something made from scratch. The whole circle is made with masa, which is something that we don't typically use since we usually use just pre-bought tortillas.
Can you explain how this dish connects with our Mexican culture?
Number one, the beans. We use beans in most of our dishes in Mexico. So beans are one of those items that are related to our culture and everything we eat most of the time. And then again, the masa. The masa is a big factor in the gorditas.
Another question. Do you believe that this dish or a similar variation of this dish exists in other cultures apart from our Mexican culture?
Yes, I do. I think maybe, for example, pupusa might be related to a gordita from another country. It's done with masa as well. It has a stuffing, and it also has different ingredients on the top, so it's similar.
Okay. Is there a particular time that you feel that this dish needs to be made? Like, for example, when it's cold, we usually have like a caldo. So do you feel like there's a particular time when this dish should be made?
Yes, when you have a lot of leftover food. For example, different dishes. Like if you have leftover egg, leftover the potatoes that we mentioned before. If you want to clean out the fridge and use what you already have, gorditas will be an option because you can clear out whatever has been left in the fridge.
What comes to mind when preparing this dish? Anything about culture, family, any memories?
When I was younger, my grandma would always prepare these, and it was something that she would just wrap in foil because it would keep them warm, and it's something that you could take on the go because even if it's not freshly out of the pot or the pan, it still has a good texture even if you just wrap it up and it's still a little bit warm. It's something really good on the go, and I remember my grandma preparing this and leaving it ready for you for later on or on the go.
Okay. Since gorditas also use masa just like tortillas, can you describe the difference between a gordita de carnitas and a basic taco de carnitas since both use masa?
The gordita is much thicker, and the gordita you would slice in order to stuff it, and the tortilla, it's a thin masa flat thing, and you would have to put the meat in the middle and wrap the meat on the tortilla, so it's not stuffed.
And for the last question, what are some of the ingredients that can be replaced in this dish without losing its purpose? Give some examples.
You can replace the beans. The beans you can replace it with a sour cream or with a mayo. Or you can replace once again, we said the filling. It could be made out of different things, beef, pork, egg, potatoes. Those things can be replaced. The same thing with the lettuce. If you don't want to use lettuce, you can also use cabbage. You can use different types of cheese. And then sour cream is also another topping that you can add even if you add the beans.
How long does it usually take for the gordita to be ready?
The gordita itself takes about 20 minutes to be completely done. As long as the gordita cooks, the masa portion, everything else is simple, just to stuff.
Okay, now that the gorditas have been done, what is the next step?
Okay, so you slice it open to create a pocket.
So you don't slice it to make two slices?
No, not two sides, just to make a pocket.
Okay.
Then after you add the beans, you spread it on the inside. Be careful, they are very hot. After you have put the beans, you grab your chopped carnitas and you also put it inside, you stuff it. And then you add your lettuce on top. You add your salsa. You add your purple onion. And then you sprinkle your cheese. And this is your Mexican gordita.